Neredesin küçük kız? Seni bulamıyorum. Neredesin?
You already know what it is. It's your boy Laid Back with another reaction, another review, another episode. Hey, TikTok, you up to bat. Bah. It's your boy Laid Back. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, two things we gotta do. You gotta hit that subscribe button. I'm drinking this water. You already know what it is, man. Elevate more in 2024. Elevate more in 2024. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with all the videos. We back with another one. Make sure you hit that like button, man, when you stroll in here. Some more TikTok conspiracy theory, scary, creepy. You know, if you make it to the end of this one, you a real one for real. I gotta say that. I be seeing a lot of y'all in the comments. Shout out to you. Also, do your own research. I gotta say that. Do your own research. But I also got a TikTok playlist if you want to go through, binge watch, and just kick back. You got some time on your hands. It'll definitely open your mind to some stuff. But let's go ahead and get into it. Fire Squad, what's popping? Let's get it.
Why do you think TD Jakes was at Puff Daddy's birthday party?
I mean, you know, do you remember when Bernie Mac played the minister in Friday?
Yes.
That's how I feel about TD Jakes.
Ooh.
Like, that's how I see. Oh, Miss Parker, come to pray.
Oh.
But for him to be at a Diddy party, I don't know. Like, I feel the same way about that as I feel about when Tyler Perry came to his church and laid hands on him and he caught the Holy Spirit from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is the bishop of what? Like, I've never, like, and I cut a check for 100 and I'm gonna lay my hands on your bishop. And he said, and then the bishop said, it's on the fucking internet. He's doing all of this, right?
Stop
and then there's
it.
a woman on the dais screaming, push the baby out. Birth that baby. Push the, I'm like, what? Are we a church?
What is going on?
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons. Money or sex.
Ooh.
That's all that happens at Diddy parties. Money and sex. I hope it was for money.
Charitable contribution.
I hope it was for money, because arguing about who's going to put the strap on is, that can be a very uncomfortable situation. You know, we're going to pray on it. Praise the Lord. You know?
Amen.
Wow. Wow.
In the oceans. That's how you get to the outer realms. So the real outer space is beyond the Antarctica and deep within our oceans. That's why if you look at their outer space missions, they're actually in water, floating around in water somewhere in Las Vegas, Nevada, and deep in Colorado. They ain't out of space. That's why if you look, it's so many people now putting up showing that these space shuttle missions is fake as hell, man. Showing
Really?
that they ain't never been out of space. If you really want to go outer space, get your ass on a submarine and go deep within the water. That's the true outer space. And there's so many different alien bases and military bases underwater and in the actual ground. They're hollowing out mountains now. They're hollowing out mountains. You can Google this. And they're making inside of mountains underground bunkers and underground military bases. So if they're doing that to the mountains, imagine what they're doing underground in space, in the water. So if you want to go outer space, go deep sea diving.
You said it's aliens.
Yeah, aliens. And all alien mean is, so Elion is a Hebrew word. That's where they get aliens from. It's really El Elyon. And that just means of the Most High God. Technically, we are aliens. And that's why they studying us. That's why they stealing our melanin. That's why they trying to understand the functioning of our biological vehicles. That's why they can't understand our circadian rhythm, our biological clocks. We are the most different species of humans that the planet ever had. We're so different than them. Our teeth are shorter than theirs. Their teeth are wider and longer. Their canines are longer than our canines. The hydrochloric acid inside their stomach is hotter than ours.
You talking about white people?
I'm talking about white people. They produce a acidic enzyme in their mouth. We produce an alkaline enzyme in our mouth called amylase and amylose and trypsin. They can break down proteins and meats. Our stomachs can't break down proteins and meats because the pepsin and the hydrochloric acid doesn't get hot enough to break it down. They digestive system can go through something called putrefactions, or can't. Ours go through something called fermentation. A lot of them grow tails. Their hair grow towards the earth or towards the ground. It curls and it grows towards the sun. We have high melanin content. Inside of our melanin, we have something called selenium. They have low melanin content. Inside their melanin, they have something called ammonia. And they have a high sulfur concentration inside their cells. And that's why when they get hot, when it get hot outside, they get colder, or if it get cold outside, they get hotter. That's why you can see a white man running in Daisy Duke shorts in the middle of the winter when it's 20 below freezing. He got on a tank top and he hot. Or when they get hot and they get around water, it changes and the sulfur mixed with ammonia and it gives off this actually canine smell. And that's why they say they smell like wet dogs. You see what
Look at Buddy in the back. Look at Buddy in the back, man.
This is all scientifically proven.
That was a lot.
Truth Hidden in TV Shows, Part 4. The show we're going to talk about today is a well-known kids cartoon by the name of Teen Titans Go. On Season 4, Episode 17, titled Master Detective, this episode, Robin and the Teen Titans go on a mission to figure out what happened to all the animals outside the tower. When they went deep enough underground, they ran into an even bigger problem, which was the head of the Illuminati. My question is, why would this be in a kids show in the first place? Sad thing is, this isn't even the only one. It's sad that they put this in kids shows to try and normalize it for the next generation. Everyone knows them as this so-called secret society who runs the world. Without further ado, let me show y'all this clip and y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments.
I suppose there's no harm in walking you through our plan for world domination. We did work hard on it. It all starts here with the banks.
We don't care about the bank. Now talk! Where are the animals?
Really? I don't know. I'll stop all our domination plans. I'll pull my lizard men out of Congress. We'll stop using Hollywood to hasten the New World Order. Just let me go.
What? In a kid show.
So for the first 3 days you're there, is no showering. They put you in a circle, which is it's a teepee. It's a little teepee, but it's open. And you have to sit there for 3 days. They wouldn't let me lay down for nothing. Like, I was falling asleep and they were like, get up. So I'm just sitting here like, this
for 3 days?
Bad. When I seen these people have no sympathy, I was like, I'm really doomed. They strip you from your whole personality. You have to act like just whoever they want you to act like. They told me, okay, these are what your chores are gonna be. I don't remember what they were, but they were like, these are what your chores are gonna be. This is what you're gonna be doing. Here's your level 1 binder. You do the same thing every day. Chop wood, take care of the animals.
What?
This place is all about taking away privileges. Like, okay, yeah, the phone is a privilege, TV, like all that. But they take away like necessity privileges, like sleeping on a bed, eating good food, not being cold.
What is she talking about? Where is she went to?
This video has been published on the dark web.
Whoa.
With the title, "The Dark Web is the Only Truth." In this video, we see a man celebrating his birthday, but nothing scary. But in the description, it says that this man would be 171 years old,
What?
and that he would have undergone several experiments to get to this point. What do you think?
171? Looking like that?
This is the truth about the beginning that no one told you. Most people would have heard the story of creation about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. But I bet you didn't know this hidden side to the story. When God first created Adam and Eve, all of heaven and earth watched it happen. You see, Adam actually means dust because God formed man out of the dust of the earth and then breathed life into him. And then Eve, his wife, means bring forth of life because she was given that ability as a woman. God gave Adam and Eve and all of humanity through them full dominion over all of the earth. That's when Satan tricked Eve to disobey God. And when Eve obeyed Satan and not God and then got her husband to do the same, sin entered the world. But this is the crazy part. All the dominion and authority that they had was given to the devil the moment they obeyed him. That's why when the devil was tempting Jesus, he said to Jesus, the glory of this world was his to give. That's why the devil's the god of this world, and to reverse this, Jesus came. Subscribe if you love Jesus.
Plain and simple.
There's a whole theory where every Disney princess is supposed to represent a disorder.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Yeah, so psychologists took a study down, and they said in every Disney princess, there's like a clear disorder that they have.
You mean like mental disorder?
Yeah, mental disorder. Oh, so Ariel.
I ain't never heard this.
If you notice, Ariel has a big ship and there's so much things around her, right? So she's a hoarder, and that's a form of OCD.
Is that OCD?
Yeah, it's OCD in the form of hoarding. So
okay.
An easy one, Alice from Wonderland. What do you think she has, bro? This is so easy. She sees caterpillars walking around with eyes.
She has schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia. And then Belle, she was captured and put in a castle, right?
Yeah.
So this is called Stockholm Syndrome. So that means you fall in love with your captor. She fell in love with the beast because he was the only one there. Exactly. And the easiest one, Elsa and Anna. What do you think they have? So they're really reckless.
Oh, Elsa has bipolar.
Yes.
Yes, she has bipolar. 100%. I just saw that on a fly.
Elsa and Anna, warm to cold, bipolar.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thoughts in the comments.
Video captured today when the ocean caught fire in the Gulf of Mexico just west of the Yucatan Peninsula. Those dramatic images of the ocean aflame quickly going viral on social media. Some people calling it an eye of fire, while others said it looked like the portal to hell opening up. The portal to hell opening up.
That's
Pemex, the Mexican state-run oil company, says an underground natural gas pipeline sprung a leak that caused that mid-ocean fire. A number of firefighting boats pumped water onto the fire for nearly 5 hours until it was eventually extinguished. They put out a fire on the ocean, an oil platform nearby.
Fire on the ocean. Sounds crazy.
I always thought it was weird how in the movie Cars, the doors never open on the cars. So like I looked it up, and apparently the creative director of the actual movie gave an answer to this. Jay Ward.
What did he say?
His answer was, you'll never see the car doors open because we don't want to see the brains and eyes fall out.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. So that means like their insides of the cars are actual flesh.
Right, the seats are organs.
Right, they're like a biological organism.
Yeah, I mean, you see the eyes blinking, you see the mouth talking. It's coming straight from the car.
And it gets even weirder. He goes on to say the cars got so advanced through the technological advancements of AI when they were learning to self-drive and all that.
Oh, Elon's Tesla.
Yeah, like something like that. And they got so intelligent, these cars, that the last person that drove that car merged with the technology of the car, and the car took on its personality, the person's personality.
And they became one?
They became like a human, but a car. That's why it's all flesh inside. That's why it has eyes and talks. Man. And the personality of the person it adapted from is who they are. So maybe Lightning McQueen's Jeff Gordon.
That was terrible.
Now we know that they've been lying to us about everything, right?
She's not like a preacher.
But somebody got some explaining to do, okay? How could 9 times any number be 9?
What?
Any number. You multiply by 9. The answer is still 9. What in the world? They've been hiding so much from us. Now it's getting deep, y'all. It's something with these numbers, okay? There's something behind these numbers. How is that so? How could it be? 9 times 9 is 81. 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. And it goes on and on. It does not matter what number you use. It's still going to be 9. It's still going to be 9. It's not just 9 times 1 equals 9. No, it's 9 times any number is 9. That's mind-blowing, y'all. That's mind-blowing. They've been lying a lot. It's getting deep. It's getting deep, y'all. Somebody's going to have to explain that to me. Go ahead and work it out. Go ahead and try it on your calculator. I don't care what number you use. The answer is still 9. How is that so?
Calm down.
Gather myself, honey. Oh my gosh, because they've been hiding the truth from us. And what about the 144 that they speak of in the Bible? The 144,000. 144. 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 4 is 9. 9. 144,000. Somebody got to explain that to me. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me.
She's stressing out over 9.
In the comments, tell me how that is so. Tell me how that is so. Because I need to know. I need to know, y'all. I need to know, why is it that everything you multiply times 9, the answer is still 9? I just want to know. Put it in the comments. Hey, help a sister out. Help a sister out. Because numbers mean something. They mean something, y'all. Whether y'all believe it or not, they mean something. Put it in the comments. Try it and see.
She made a TikTok right before he came in with the groceries.
Last time we saw you, Diane Simmons had just stabbed you in the back with a knife. Yeah, how the hell did you come back to life? Well, gentlemen, sometimes being a big Hollywood star has its advantages.
Family Guy exposes how Hollywood celebs can live forever.
Hey, is this guy somebody? Yeah, that's James Woods. We got a celebrity here. I repeat, this is not a normal dead person. This is a celebrity.
Wow.
Being a famous movie star entitled me to top-notch medical care not available to the rest of society. My body was immediately taken to a Hollywood hospital where I was hooked up to a 17-year-old ingenue.
What?
And in accordance with Hollywood law, her life force was infused into me.
What?
From the dead. What happened to the girl? I threw her out our window with Nora.
Me personally, I think this actually happens. Especially with all the weird theories about Hollywood already, I wouldn't even doubt for a second that this isn't real. Or real to some extent. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard Orlando Brown speak on something like this. Let me know what y'all thoughts is on this in the comments.
Take somebody's life and give it to you.
This rapper didn't sell his soul. That's why they came for him.
You know the whole like selling your soul.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, they'll kill you right away, or they'll just put you in jail, right? Because if you really bag it, look. So Tory Lanez.
Tory, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, was sentenced to 10 years in prison for firing a gun at Meg and leaving her with bullet fragments in her feet.
The
that.
Tory Lanez one is interesting because he went independent. Yeah, and right after he went independent, then all this shit started happening to him. Yeah, exactly.
They took every single avenue away from me. They took the playlisting away from me. They took every single thing they could take away from me. You know what I did? I immediately went to playing.
He was one of the first to like really dip out and then make the $1 million no label. Yeah. Straight off the bat, like right off the bat. But look, this is where it's crazy. So he says this. You have to put him in jail. Damn.
And the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men. And you're still doing it.
But I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, shit.
By the way, this video is scripted and for entertainment purposes only. Stay weird.
Like some of that stuff got cut out or something.
Sometimes there are secrets that need to be kept secret. But this particular issue is so important to you as citizens of this country and as citizens of the human race, members of the human race, and citizens of this planet, that there's nothing more important than that, and I purposely and intentionally violate my oath with a good feeling because I believe that not only do you people have a need to know, you have a right to know, because you're the ones that are paying the bills. And I'm a believer in the constitutional system. I see the constitutional system being stomped upon. I see that document, which is so precious to us, being ignored. And the time has come for we, the people of this country, to reclaim our rights, reclaim our Constitution, and damn well force the government that we are supporting and paying the bills for to own up, fess up, and finally, after over 40 years, tell us the damn truth about this issue.
What's the issue?
I think I'm preaching to the choir here, and it's a good feeling. Thank you. It's also important that you understand who I am and where I came from and how I came to be here. I spent most of my adult life as a professional soldier. I spent 27 years on active duty in the United States Army. And for most of those years, I was in the infantry. I was in special operations, special assignments. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a fact that I have been places I should not have been, and I have done things I should not have done. But I served my country loyally, and I still believe in my country, and I love my country, and I love the Constitution. And that's frankly the primary reason I'm here. When they published it in 1964, I said there was only 15 copies. Copy number 1 went to the Secretary General of NATO. Copy number 2 went to General Lyman Lemnitzer, who was the Supreme Allied Commander. Copy number 3 was assigned to the Shock Operations Center, and that's the one I got a chance to read over and over and over again. The other copies were distributed throughout the military headquarters to major military commanders from the various nations. There were copies in French and German and in English. But what was this document that stirred so much up there in shape in 1964? Let me tell you basically what the major conclusions were. Number 1, and this is a real grabber. The planet Earth, and apparently the entire human race, is and has been the subject of an extensive, intensive, and massive survey and examination by several, remember, several, extraterrestrial high-technology civilizations.
What?
And this survey has been extremely thorough and detailed.
Wow.
Number 2, these civilizations have demonstrated not only high intelligence, but an extremely advanced technology that may possibly be hundreds, if not thousands of years beyond our own.
Wow.
Evidence collected and studied by this report indicates that there is apparently some kind of a process or a plan unfolding. They, whoever they are, continually demonstrate that the development of some kind of program is underway. And over the last 40 years, you can see this developing. You can see this process taking place.
It's
very clear for those of us who spent most of our lives looking at it. Evidence in this report leads to the conclusion that this survey or program has been going on for a very long time, possibly several thousand years.
Wow.
My personal view is it's been going on a lot longer than that, and I'll explain to you why I feel that.
Captions all messed up.
Military intelligence analysis have concluded there did not appear to be a major military threat involved. The conclusions seem to indicate that if they were either malevolent or hostile, that there was absolutely nothing that we could do at that time.
Wow.
And I have to tell you very honestly, there's absolutely nothing we can do at this time. Shape and NATO policy dictates that an ongoing study continues by the various military committees and that as many resources as possible by the major powers be committed to this matter. The entire subject is considered to be of the highest importance and extremely sensitive, and that this committee recommends that the highest level of classification be placed upon this matter, if approved by SECURE, to be above top secret, above cosmic top secret, which is what they did.
How many artists do you hear complaining about, we don't make money off our YouTube videos, we don't make money off our streaming, the label won't let me go, I can't do this, I can't do that?
Yeah. Well, so is the label the bad guy or what?
They're not the bad guys, just a system that was created many years ago that they're not changing. I don't give a fuck about you, me, him, or the other. Michael Jackson wasn't even making dollars off of his albums.
Fuck. How does that work though? I mean, to me, that's not in the music business. That sounds so weird. How is Michael Jackson not making money off his own music?
Look this shit up.
Who takes that? The record label?
The record label. It's called points and percentages and royalties and shit that you get for the record. So, for example, if they were selling Michael Jackson record Thriller for $9.99, right? How much money do you really think he made off of each copy of Thriller? And this is the 80s, and that shit sold the most records ever. He made a lot of money. But what you think the record labels made? They made all the fucking money. So it's like it's time for it to be reversed. If the artist is the one who everybody loves and cherishes, he should be the one getting the motherfucking finances.
Yeah. Gotta figure it out.
I didn't know till years later that the Bible actually teaches very clearly that we are not, this is in Deuteronomy, we are not to engage in what the Bible calls necromancy, which is the word for communication with the dead, or the Bible calls it familiar spirits. And the reason why is because the dead know not anything, Scripture says. They're in an unconscious state of sleep, waiting for the resurrection. And when human beings think they're communicating with familiar spirits, familial spirits, family members who have died, really what they're experiencing is contact with demonic forces that are coming into the situation. And
what did you do in your room when that depression came on the bed?
I laid there for a long time, just terrified and trembling, and finally worked up the courage to just turn around and look. And there was nothing there. It was not a human being. There was a dark spiritual force right there in my bedroom.
You know, I went through.
Hell no.
Most people don't know this demonic secret about Kim Kardashian, but there's actually a really dark side to her. Check this out.
Okay, this is either really cool or a little strange, but that's who you're doing business with, right? So.
What is this?
That is Marilyn's hair.
You can clone her.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm literally going to do some crazy voodoo shit that I learned from one week.
What?
And I channel her. This is so special to me. Thank you so much. This is so cool. So cool. Good vibes. Wow.
Good vibes.
This
That's a dead
is
person.
sleeping with me every night.
Most people don't actually know that voodoo and witchcraft and demonic things are an abomination to the Lord. And they'll actually open you up to demons entering your life. If you're not about to open yourself up to demons, then type Jesus is King in the comments.
She said some voodoo stuff.
This one's gonna drive you crazy. If I asked you who you thought that was, matter of fact, pause the video and write who you think this is in the comments below.
I don't know who that is.
And if you have an Abrahamic religion, I encourage you to scroll. I walk with all religions, but I am married to my mission, and my mission is married to the truth. See, many of you probably said the devil. But the interesting thing is, this art piece was not made from the description of the devil.
Okay.
In fact, I would challenge you to find somewhere in your Bibles, your scriptures, that describes the devil in the Old Testament or the New Testament with horns and red skin. It needs to say it explicitly or it does not count. See, most of you, without knowing, misunderstand the devil. What people have been calling the devil, Satan, the great destroyer, the god of destruction for centuries, and you find this in different religions, different cultures, different spiritual systems, like the giant snake who swallows the sun whole in ancient Egyptian mythology. I mean, all of these entities that are normally depicted as reptilian, normally depicted as agents of destruction and chaos, they are all something that physicists call entropy. See, entropy normally refers to something within a system that creates randomness or chaos. So when you hear people say, man, the devil's trying to stop me from getting to my goals, or the devil did this, the devil did that. I want you to, when you really hear people say that, notice that they're talking about an invisible force within a system that is causing destruction and randomness or chaos. Now, of course, a scientist isn't going to call that the devil, but it's the same thing, right? An invisible force that is consistently separating things within a system, causing destruction, chaos, thermodynamics type stuff. Excuse me. One of the reasons people have such a hard time in life is because they misunderstand the devil. That's why I'm breaking that down. And you think that praying is good, meditation is awesome, but the real way to fight the devil is to create order within your life. That's what the philosophy of order is all about. The only way you can really deal with the devil, the god of destruction, is to become anti-fragile. I'm not going to go into depth about that right now because that's not what this video is about. I'm kind of just going on and on about this. But you can go in the link at the top of the page. There's a whole course that breaks down how to become your higher self and how to fight against entropy, or what you may call the devil. So anyway, if the devil does not have horns, of the Bible does not have horns and red skin, where does these depictions of the devil come from? Well, to really understand a religion or a culture, you have to understand its history. And you have to understand its culture. I meant religion earlier, not culture. Just religion. To understand a religion, you gotta understand its history and its culture.
Man. Come on, man.
And Christianity comes out of a Near Eastern religion called Judaism. And where their gods came out of, their depiction of God and their perception of God comes out of, is a lot of Near East religious and spiritual ideas of gods. Their gods often had horns on the top of their heads because this represented strength. You had the horns like an ox, you were like an ox, right? This represented wisdom at times, but mainly it was strength, right? The Most High in these Near Eastern religions had horns. This is very important. And the king of the gods in their spiritual beliefs had horns. I mean, you can also find this in North African spiritualities, like in ancient Egypt. But you see, as this religion evolved over time and eventually created a different sect that eventually became Christianity, Christianity looked back at all these different gods, right? When monotheism became a thing, where it was like, look, there's no other God but one God. Well, then you have to ask the question, well, what are all these other entities that people are worshiping? They decided on devils, demons. This is important because now the horns that all those different deities have become symbolic or attached to the concept of a demon or the devil. But this is where the irony comes from, because the statue behind me is a depiction or an art piece that was made from the description of Yahweh. And this one hurts people. The last videos I made on this, people got so angry and upset. But I'm going to try to break this down one more time. And then I'm done with it. I'm leaving it. I'm done with the whole horns conversation. Yahweh comes out of this Near Eastern culture. And just like the other gods were depicted with horns, so was he at times. Now, I am going to recite scripture. And I hate doing this. Let me explain why. And I explained this in the last video, but I'm going to explain it real quick here. There are too many translations and disagreements about those translations and which one is right. So everyone has a different favorite Bible. It has nothing to do with what is the best translation, just about what is most familiar to them. People who read the Bible often don't know where the stories come from or what culture inspired these stories.
That's real.
The people of the Bible did not have your Bible. They did not have your religion. All the religions today, as we know it, were not in specifically the Old Testament. And I don't perceive the Bible as you do. So when I'm researching Yahweh, I don't see the Bible as an exclusive place where I can read and learn about Yahweh. I can study other cultures that he was in. I can study other peoples who worshiped him and also come to an understanding by studying them, because I don't perceive the Bible as this end-all be-all spiritual book that decides what I can and cannot deem to be holy and divine. You know, I made a whole video on that in the Council of Nicaea, and actually it wasn't the Council of Nicaea, But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But for the final time, I will give you the scripture. And this time, I will give a screenshot. Numbers 22. It is God who has taken them out of Egypt. His horns are like those of the mountain ox. Of course, there's different translations. Again, the reason why I don't like doing this because it becomes irrelevant in the comments where everybody's throwing out their own Bibles. But I can also show you tons of statues and depictions of El, the god El with horns. The God that y'all claim is the same God as your God. I'm going to get to why that's actually not the case. But yes, horns. I also get a lot of my information from actual scholars. I study tons of biblical scholars, but I'll just give you some that I studied, probably used the most. Let's get the most controversial one out the way. Dr. Malachi Z. York. If you know why he's controversial, then I'm not explaining it to you, so you know. But very good source of information on the Bible. I'm only going to say Dan because I cannot pronounce his last name, and I don't want to disrespect him. Awesome scholar. Francesca, I'm not going to say the rest of the name because I'm going to mispronounce it. I don't want to disrespect her, but awesome scholar. 2 of them believe in God. She does not. So, and guess what? None of them probably would agree with nearly the majority of things that I say, but that's not why I study people and study what they put out. Not to confirm what I already believe, but to learn something new, which I encourage you all to. I mean, most of you don't even know what the Garden of Eden story was actually about, and how El wanted everybody to spread the Garden of Eden, and how Yahweh is the son of El, Elyon, which is the God the Most High, and civilization was something that obviously was not permitted, and the Tower of Babel is an example of that, and how El eventually gives up and then divvies up the humans between his children, the gods, and Yahweh inherits Israel. If you want a book that really breaks down the Garden of Eden story and what it really means for us, how the Tower of Babel is a metaphor for the Matrix and the Garden of Eden is a metaphor for hunter-gatherers, and how you can escape this Matrix and live a free life with no mortgage, no bills or anything, go read the book Fams. That's also in a link at the top of the page. I love you all. Peace.
I was finna say, bro, because you was about to...
Human beings were originally built to spend 85% of our time outside. The average human spends less than 2% of their lifetime outdoors now. So now what's happened when we've come indoors? We've stopped contacting the surface of the earth. Do you know that the earth is a giant magnetic field? Think about the last time that you had bare feet touching bare soil, dirt, grass, or sand. That's the last time that you discharged into the earth. And this is very real. By the way, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I took a voltage meter. I plugged it into the dirt in the sand, into the ground, and I held the other pole of this voltage.
And what happened? What happened?
Producer said to me, take your clothes off. And I said no. And I left. And they told me they were gonna burn all my music. And they didn't stop. They didn't stop asking me, and then I just froze and I don't even remember. I understand this Me Too movement. I understand that some people feel really comfortable with this, and I do not. I do not ever want to face that person again. I felt full-on pain. Then I went numb.
What is happening?
And then I was sick for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks after, and I realized that it was the same pain that I felt when the person who me dropped me off pregnant on a corner, my parents' house, because I was vomiting and sick, because I'd been being abused. I was locked away in a studio for months.
Whoa. Whoa.
Singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra. When you repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state, into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song, or become what you're saying.
You start to become it. Ooh wee.
People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Talking of all you it was a big year for our movies. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. Fifth time. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care. Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it, I didn't, you did it.
Whoa.
You guys remember when Kanye said this, then disappeared?
Not taking the responsibility as a man. That's why I say the song Closed on Sunday is the hardest record ever made. It's hard as the NWA record because it's talking about protecting your kids from the indoctrination of the media. The thousands and thousands of images that are fed to children by the age of 6 or 7. And within those images, there are images mixed in that we don't know about as parents that are purposely mixed in to lower the kids' superpower and esteem so that they can be more susceptible to consumption and feel that they need to consume and become a part of the robotic numeric system that controls so much of the media. I just had to say it like this. You can rewind it and then do research what I'm talking about.
Kanye be telling the truth, boy.
Hey, the real Pharaoh's curse is that we haven't built a pyramid bigger than Giza yet. I mean, just look at it. This thing is massive and it's over 4,000 years old. Oh, but we do have a pyramid bigger than that and nobody's talking about it. The Great Pyramid of Giza is peanuts against the buried Pyramid of the Sun in Bosnia, and you will not believe what they found there. In 2005, archaeologist Dr. Samir Osmanagic realized, hey, this hill in the small Bosnian city of Visoko is oddly shaped like a pyramid. And shaped like a pyramid was an understatement. This hill has virtually every characteristic of a real pyramid, and we continue to ignore it. To start, it has 4 triangular sides. That's it. Pyramid confirmed. We're done. Joking, but it's got even grade slopes and corners that connect perfectly under the foliage, along with an apex at the very top, the exact shape of a pyramid, but oh, it don't end there, Johnny boy. It's also perfectly aligned to the cardinal directions, north, east, south, and west, much like Giza. In fact, this one is even more aligned to true north than Giza, being only 1/300th of a degree off from perfect north, whereas Giza is 2/60ths of a degree off. They even took EMF, electromagnetic frequency readers, to the top and saw readings of 60 times more of what is normally expected on Earth. Another phenomenon that tends to occur at the pyramids, and the reason why is so mind-baffling that we'll have to save that for a future video. This hill was aptly named the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, the first pyramid of its kind in Europe, taller than the Great, or so we think. For reference, here's a timeline of all major ancient civilizations and structures built around the world. And here is where the Bosnian pyramid would stand in that timeline. Excavations also revealed huge blocks of 7 tons each, stacked with geopolymer binding, which is an ancient type of cement, and perfect placement, along with perfectly landscaped terraces and other obvious architectural design, but oh no, these are all natural. Note that this was all uncovered up to a meter underground, as would be expected of a pyramid over 35,000 years old. And of course, the archaeological gatekeepers of the world insisted this is just coincidental, with some even going as far as saying Dr. Osmanagic purposely placed these carved stones here to deceive the public. And famed Egyptologist Zahi Hawass, who oversees most of the Egyptian pyramid investigations, even petitioning the Bosnian government to stop these excavations. Within hours of this international discovery, the story is swept under the rug and labeled a hoax. Well, over 50 archaeologists around the world remained optimistic and actually joined Osmanagic's work in Bosnia, with virtually every single one of them who actually saw it in person confirming that nature could not have formed these hills. Further studies revealing an entire underground tunnel system in the area, the longest subterranean complex of any pyramid in the world. Inside these tunnels, large stone blocks were found that clearly seemed to be artificially created and placed. Other artifacts like this giant round stone that no one can explain, and a whole bunch of other smaller ancient trinkets, statues, and even what appears to be a map carved into stone were all found around the Bosnian Valley of Pyramids, all dismissed as irrelevant or flat out ignored by mainstream archaeology. Even the peak of the Sun Pyramid forms a perfect triangle, with the peak peaks of the nearby hills, dubbed the Pyramids of the Moon and the Dragon. Another crazy coincidence, right? Wow. After much pushback, the government actually did grant Osmanagic the right to continue excavations. But with no official funding, the entire project depends on donations and volunteer work. These excavations are still going on, but after tourism to Bosnia slowed down in the last couple of years, progress on these pyramids have as well. As with anything, you could probably rationalize a completely valid reason for each of these discoveries, and maybe it really is somehow just a hill. So you think we're tweaking on this one, or are we onto something? Who's ready to get digging?
Nah, that was a great video. That's a pyramid.
What would you see if you had no eyes? The short answer is nothing. You wouldn't see anything, not even black or darkness, literally nothing. But what does that mean? The ability to see would no longer be possible, so this question is sorta impossible to answer. But there are some analogies we can use that can help wrap our brains around it. One, for example, is like trying to see out of your elbow. Go, do it right now. Or try looking out of the back of your head. You just can't. Another one is picture what you were seeing before you were born. Not exactly helpful, but I've got a better one for you. Even people that have been blind from birth or born with no eyes can't really fully answer it either. How can you ask them, what do you see, if they have no concept of what the experience of seeing is even like? Some people who lose their vision later on in life do claim to see darkness just because they have first-hand experience of what seeing feels like. Other than sight, we have 4 other basic senses: touch, hearing, smell, and taste. Now imagine some alien species has a 6th sense called, I don't know, glurking, which they did out of like an antenna or something. That alien asks you, so what do you even glurk if you don't have an antenna? You can't answer that question because you don't even know what the sensation of glurking feels like. This entire question is a mind game, similar to trying to visualize infinity. The best way to try to simulate it yourself is to close just one eye and look away from the closed eye. You don't really fully see darkness until you close both eyes, so while doing this, try to focus on what the closed eye is seeing. Your open eye is hogging all of your brain's seeing processing power, and your closed eye just kind of doesn't see at all. I mean, if you're stubborn and try really hard, you might be able to convince yourself that your closed eye is actually seeing darkness, but this is really the best we can do if you want to know.
Weird.
Anunnaki, lizard people, and classified CIA documents. The prison planet theories got it all. In summary, humans aren't from Earth. We've been exiled here by another civilization for a pretty dark purpose. The infamous reptilian race that runs the world, but where'd this myth even come from? Listen to this. Hindu mythology had the Nagas, human-cobra hybrids. The Aztecs had a serpent-like god they called Quetzalcoatl. African shamans had stories of the Ninki Nanka, a race of reptilian beings. Hopi natives in North America have the Shetty, translates to snake brothers. Chinese, Japanese, and Korean legends have the Kappa. The Sumerians have the Anunnaki, a race of gods often depicted as reptiles who created humans as a slave race on Earth. Whatever these beings are, brought us here to harvest our resources and our souls. When ancient cultures around the world that had no contact among each other have the same story to tell, that's probably not a myth, it's history. Even whistleblower Bob Lazar claims classified government documents saying
that we're a container. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us.
Containers of souls being farmed by these reptilians stuck on a planet we can't escape from. I mean, just a crazy theory, right?
What in the fuck? All this for fame?
Yeah. Well, they do worse than that. Oh, I'm sure you heard.
No, tell me.
Well, I don't want to give too much. They do way worse than that.
Like, okay,
That's
what's
like
the most extreme? What's the most extreme thing?
I can't share.
That you know that's been done with other...
Well, you've seen the sacrificial parts. Family members are dying and stuff, and it's like, oh, did they sacrifice? Oh, absolutely they did. Absolutely. A lot of them, especially the ones that don't got talent, and you're wondering like, how the fuck? How they popping like this? Okay, so they came to them and said, hey, just like you have a regular contract, a music contract, or whatever contract, you have a contract with them. And this is what you're gonna do, and this is what you gotta give up. And they don't even really know the extent to what they're giving up besides the sacrifice, obviously. But it's way more than that. And to get out of the contract, you see these humiliation rituals and things like that. You gotta do a lot to get out of that shit. But you're gonna get what you want in the interim.
Classic Illuminati. Come on. I was waiting for my second DoorDash. Whoa. Grab my phone and try to record it. Okay. To the bathroom and started knocking. When I looked during the knocking, there was no one at the door. What? He in the room with his phone in his face with the light on.
I
I ordered DoorDash because my sister and the kids are gone for tonight. Like, I'm here by myself.
Oh,
but, like, the kids had football practice, so they had to go do their own thing. So,
bro, you hear people whispering?
DoorDash, and then I heard it knock.
This is a fake video or something. Ain't no way.
God, she's still fucking standing there.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Have y'all seen that clip from the 2005 SpongeBob hijacking that is going viral right now on TikTok? You know the one, right? Where somebody hijacked Nickelodeon in the middle of the episode, Gary Takes a Bath? If not, let me remind you. The clip starts off with Gary staring at a clock on the wall, seemingly nervous for bath time, and waiting for SpongeBob to come home. But when he does, something is off.
Whoa.
You will understand. You will understand.
What?
After this happened, the cartoon cut completely, and whoever the hijacker was started to say some really disturbing things. We will be friends once more, undeterred by all we've been through. And regardless of all that separated us, all that I'm longing for is an old friend. See you soon, Jerry. Sorry, Jerry. I don't know what you did, but I'm gonna see you soon.
So what is this? This in the middle of Sponge?
To Nicole and Anthony, I'm sorry. I miss you. I want to hear your funny laugh again. I want to stop hearing your screaming at night. When I see you at the edge of my bed and threaten that someone I know would hurt us.
This is in the middle of SpongeBob? Whoa. Whoa.
Thank you. You are not welcome. You are sure not welcome. Now this video comes from the TikTok user Jackie Rooney 2011. And while no, this is not a real life Nickelodeon hijacking, it's a really cool piece of analog horror that I wanted to share with all of you.
What?
There have been very real TV hijackings in the past with quite dark backstories. So if you ever want me to talk about those, let me know.
So that
But
whole thing
what
was
do you think
capped.
of this? I thought it was a really cool piece of horror content that I wanted to share with all of you. Stay spooky, friends.
That was capped the whole time.
3 paranormal videos you should never watch alone.
My daughter has informed me that there is a person in her closet that keeps smiling at her. Let's go see.
Hell no. Gotta believe the baby.
Open it. That's a person. There's a person? Yeah. Can you show me where the person is? Right here. Right here.
She's scared too.
Right here. Is it Elsa? No. No. No? I'm scared. You're scared? Yeah. Okay. Can you show me where the person is? Is it a kid person or a grown-up person? Grown-up person. It's a grown-up person? I want your Elmo. You want to wear your Elmo costume? Yeah. Okay. There's a grown-up person in your closet? Yeah. And it's right there? Yeah. It's my closet. It's your closet. Say, go away, person. I'm scared. You're scared? Yeah. I'm a person. Okay, well, we'll get rid of the person.
I ain't seen no. Oh,
Har du begynt?
hell no.
Hva skal vi si først? Hei.
I feel like something gonna jump out.
Jeg må stå, jeg må sette meg.
Let me back up. I don't trust none of this.
Julie, skal man si hei først? Nå sa Lys. Ja, jeg tror dere må liksom invitere den da, på en måte. Ja, vi må si hei da, Hilse. Ok. Stav, hei.
I don't know what they saying. What's going on?
Ta ned på goddagen. Det
Oh, man.
Kødder du nå? Det sitter ting her.
They in there playing with that bullshit. No, sir.
Something is watching me. If you've had the feeling, you know what I'm talking about. I'm playing only up in my office. Something keeps passing by this window. I just propped up the phone here and I'm gonna play.
Yes, what is that in your house? Nothing is there. Nah, that's crazy.
If you're walking by my office, I want you to knock it off. Holy.
Bro, nah.
Is that you making all that noise back there?
Hell nah.
This thing's always closing doors.
Ooh, I got chills.
You need to get out.
I got chills right now.
Will you knock it off, please?
Oh no. Hell no.
You got to get out. You're gonna lock yourself in the laundry room again? You're not leaving?
Bro, I got
You're not gonna.
Things humans weren't meant to see.
Whoa, that was crazy.
Man cusses a chick to hatch while the egg is open.
That was crazy. I need some time to recover. A hatched egg open. What the hell are you injecting it with? What in the world? Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Here's the dark web's worst abduction. It seems this man was walking in the forest when he heard a noise. And as he approached, here's what he found.
Calm down. Stop moving. Hey, shut up. Shut up. Calm down. Calm down. What are you doing back here? Is he your friend? Do you know him? You know him. Is he's your friend? What's going on? Yo, speak. Speak, dude. What's going on? You gotta tell me what's going on.
This is so fake.
Oh. Yo, you need to help me, come on. But you gotta quiet down if you don't know him. He's right there. You need to help me out. Come on, please, man. Please, get me out of here. You gotta hurry. Why? That road is gonna end me. He's gonna end you. What's with the camera? Are you recording? Yes. My camera's dead now. I'll show exactly what just happened to me. Come on, dude, hurry up. Alright, I'm gonna get you out. Wait, he left an axe in the front. I can get you out with the axe.
Straight fake.
Neredesin küçük kız? Seni bulamıyorum. Neredesin?
Whoa. Bro, open the grave of a 3-month-old baby after 1 month of burial. Three-month-old baby after 1 month of burial. I don't see none. see nothing like.
If this happens to you at night, run as fast as you can. This woman was peacefully sleeping when suddenly something knocked on the door.
Hell nah.
She tries to wake up her husband in vain. He doesn't wake up, and she sees something terrifying. You have 5 seconds to comment your name, like, and share the video with your best friend.
The door opening by
Did you see the door opening on its own? Her husband still doesn't wake up.
Wow.
And now the woman is panicking alone in the room. This woman woke up in the middle of the night with a very strange behavior.
Whoa.
Fortunately, her camera was able to capture it. Something paranormal entered this young woman's room and started pulling her blanket, and the rest is even more terrifying. If you've stayed until here, comment the word spooky to see who my most loyal subscribers are.
Oh no. It's pulling her off the bed? Oh my goodness. No way. Hell nah. Alright, that was another creepy conspiracy theory TikTok video. Hey, if you made it to the end of this one, you need to drop real one for real. Real one for real, man. Hey, that was creepy, but it was a lot of stuff in there that was staged too. But it was a lot in there. It was a lot to digest. Also, like I said, man, I got a whole TikTok playlist. If you into this stuff, man, sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and yeah, it's gonna be a trip. But till next time, man, self-love and positivity. Fire Squad, I got you and you know it.